I recently won an eBay auction for a load of laptop RAM, and guess what just arrived in a suspiciously small box for laptop RAM. I was expecting this to be a laptop battery because I ordered one of those as well. But never mind, I got RAM. Let's see what I got. 2 gigs of DDR3 1600, 1 gig of DDR2 555. We have 2 gigs of DDR3 1066. Good to have, good to have. I grabbed this because I'm horribly out of stock of laptop RAM. I've used too much of it recently. So when I saw an eBay auction with basically no bids for laptop RAM, I jumped on it. 1 gig DDR3, no, sorry, 1 gig DDR 333. Laptop DDR1. I haven't had much experience with laptops with DDR1. They don't come across my desk that often. 2 gig DDR3 1066, that's a matching stick, okay. 2 gig DDR3 1066. 1 gig DDR2 555. 2 gig DDR3 1066. There's a lot of 1066 DDR3. We have 64, sorry, I can't do maths, 256 meg of DDR266, DDR1, that is. 1 gig DDR2 666, fastest DDR2 so far. You know, I'm glad that it's well wrapped, but it's making this video really hard to film. Get out there. Okay, we have DDR1, 512 meg, 333 megs, megahertz rather. DDR2, 555, 1 gig. DDR3, oh god, DDR3 800? What is 8500? Is that DDR3 800? I know DDR3 goes down to 800. That's just, wow. Okay, that's low spec. That's low. Four gigs of DDR4 2400, which isn't going to focus, but yeah, that's the first DDR4. Thank you very much. 1 gig DDR3 8500S. I'm going to have to look up what 8500S is. That's not one I'm familiar with. 1 gig DDR2 555. Hello. 4 gig DDR3? Really? Look at it. Uh, 256 gig DDR1. 256 gig. 256 meg. And I guess this video is being uploaded as a whole video rather than a short now because it's too long. 2 gig DDR3 1066. DDR4 3200. Capacity 8 gig. 8 gig DDR4? Nice. If I sound surprised, it's because I have forgotten what I ordered. Another 2 gigs of DDR3 8500S. 8500S. What is 8500? I'm Googling it. Screw it. This video is going to be too long for a short anyway. PC3 8500S. What are you? 8500S is 1066? Really? What was the stuff that I thought was 1066 then? You? No, that's... where are you? No. No. Where's the stuff that I thought was 1066? You can't have gone far. Saw you a second ago. 10600. What is 10600 then? That's 1333. Okay then. I just don't know what DDR numbers mean. Great. 8 gigs DDR3 1600. 8 gigs DDR3 1600. Awesome. I need more of these in stock because I just used my last stick for a client build. Well, for a client laptop. I did order RAM to replace that one, but I have this now. 1 gig of DDR2. Not sure on speed there because I can't convert 6400 to a number, apparently. Another gig of DDR2. I'm not going to be short on DDR2, but another 256 meg of DDR1. I don't come across that many older laptops. Usually if I end up working on a laptop, it's DDR3 at least. I rarely see DDR4 ones, though. I've seen maybe one. Another 8 gigs of DDR3, but it has a question mark on it, so I will have to test that one. That was another 8 gigs of DDR3 1600 though, so I do have 16 gigs matched pair. Well, same timings at least, not a matched pair. Another 1 gig of DDR3 1066. 256 megs of DDR1. I have quite a bit of DDR1 now. Which is good, because I only had like 2 sticks of DDR1 on hand. Another 256 meg of DDR1. Is there another stick in here? Oh, yes, there is. Come out. This is really well packaged, actually. Oh. Unlabeled DDR1. I don't have a DDR1 SODIMM compatible board. Do they make SODIMM to regular DIMM adapters for DDR1 motherboards? Because I have DDR1 motherboards. I know you can get them for DDR3 and DDR4 because laptop RAM is occasionally cheaper than desktop RAM. So people do use it on desktop. Another 4 gigs of DDR4. This is 3200. Very nice. I've gotten quite a bit here. 1 gig of DDR3. 1 gig modules really aren't that useful unless I come across a pretty old laptop that only has a 4 gig limit. Another 4 gigs of DDR4. Fair amount of DDR4. More than I thought there was, to be honest. I think this guy's thrown in extra RAM. This is unmarked DDR3. Actually, no, wait a second. I take that back. Unmarked DDR4. I don't have anything to test that in. I don't have any DDR4 laptops. My personal laptop is still DDR3. 1 gig DDR3 again. 1 gig DDR2 555. I really wish the autofocus would just, like, be faster than that. 2 gig DDR3 12800, 1600. Okay. 2 gig DDR3 1600. 2 gig DDR3 1600. Come on, autofocus. Do your job. Where is the autofocus point on this damn thing? There it is. Put my hand in the screen, then it works. 4 gigs DDR3, but it doesn't say the speed. I'm gonna guess it's 1600 because most 1333. It's right there at the end. Right there at the end. It's usually up there with the model number, not the serial number. Anyway. 2 gigs of SK Hynix Mac RAM. This is almost certainly Mac RAM, but 2 gigs of DDR3. Yeah, you don't see black PCBs on SODIMMs unless they're for Macs. And when I say Macs, I mean like desktop Macs, because even Macs, very few desktop Mac products actually use desktop RAM. I don't know why they insist on using SODIMMs. It doesn't really save that much space. 1 gig DDR2. I don't see why I'm complaining though. I don't own a Mac and I don't intend to. Oh, another 2 gigs of SK Hynix Mac RAM. So, that probably came out of a 4 gig equipped machine. Apologies for filming this in vertical, by the way. I had intended for this to be a short. Didn't realise I bought quite so much RAM. No, seriously, I actually thought that... I think there's more RAM here than I actually bought. I'm going to have to check that. 1 gig DDR2 555. 512 meg DDR2 555. 2 gig DDR3 8500S, so 1066. The autofocus is just not working with me here, I'm sorry. This is so well packaged. 1 gig DDR2 666. Is that a matched pair with the other 1 gig module that I had? You were DDR2 666, weren't you? No, that's DDR3. DDR3, where are you? 1 gig DDR2 6400. It's not a matched pair, but they... Actually, no, wait a second. Yep. These are the exact same RAM. It just had a sticker over it. So that's a matched pair. Very happy about that. Matched pairs aren't really required for most systems, but if you end up with a Dell or a HP, someone who goes out of their way to make their own ridiculously cut-cost BIOSes, you occasionally end up needing matched sticks of RAM because they won't let you use 2 different manufacturers. Which is stupid, but it happens. 4 gigs DDR4 2400. So I've got a matched 4 gig kit at least now. Did I have more than one 8 gig one? I don't remember now. 1 gig DDR2 555. This is so much RAM. This is... I think I have 8 modules of DDR3 and like 4 modules of DDR2 on hand at the moment. This is a lot more than my current stock. 1 gig DDR333. Jesus. And the last stick, 2 gigs of DDR2... Sorry. Wow, I mess up the last stick. 2 gigs of DDR3 1333. Come on. Come on, autofocus. Autofocus! Do your damn job. Okay, so let's quickly make a pile of all the RAM by its DDR spec, shall we? Let's also get rid of all this paper. It's rare that you see someone go out of their way to package with paper rather than bubble wrap, but I paid $24.99 for all of this, which is a really good steal when you consider there's potentially working DDR4 in here. The 8 gig DDR4 module might actually be worth what I paid. Where is that 8 gig DDR4 module? Did I get an 8 gig DDR4 module? Am I imagining an 8 gig? I only have 4 gig modules. No, yeah, here we go. I did have an 8 gig module. If this is a working 8 gig DDR4 3200 SODIMM, that actually might be worth what I paid. If not, this 16 gigs of DDR4 2400, actually no, one of these is 3200. Oh well, I'll take it back. This 12 gigs of DDR4 2400 is worth what I paid. So I got a good deal on this. But yes, let's organise this. So that's DDR4 and DDR4 and unlabeled needs testing DDR4. But based on the fact that it only has 8 chips, I imagine it's only 4 gig. Then we have our DDR3. Yeah, and we have our potentially broken DDR3. DDR2. Mac DDR3. More DDR3. DDR. This is going to take a second, but it's pretty easy to tell which one's which with DDR because the notches will line up. Excuse me? This is 333 MHz DDR1. Why does it have a notch in the right position for DDR2? Does DDR1 and DDR2 SODIMM use the exact... Okay, that's a problem. I can't tell them apart just by looking at them. Great. I will actually have to read. Is that a thing? DDR1 and DDR2 use the exact same notch position? That's news to me. Then again, I have used a grand total of 1 laptop in my lifetime that had DDR1 RAM in it. It originally came with Windows XP. It had a very, very early gen Intel Atom in it, I think. Actually, no, it was a Pentium. It was a Pentium. And that was quite possibly the first laptop I ever owned. I would love to just pick these up and throw them in their right pile, but I'm having to read some of these because, yeah, I just put those in DDR2 when they're definitely DDR1. Wait, are you DDR1? You use some pretty small chips for being DDR1. Actually, no, are you a matchstick? Hey, matchsticks. I love matched pairs. This one is weird. Has anyone ever heard of Zeppelin RAM? 4 gigs, 1333 megahertz, apparently. But it's a yellow module. I have never seen a yellow SODIMM. I've seen yellow regular DIMMs, but that's like DDR1 I'm talking about there. I've never seen a DDR3 SODIMM in yellow. That is a new one for me. I just put DDR3 in here, didn't I? Yeah. Got ahead of myself. Well, that's unlabeled DDR1. DDR1. Cache latency 2.5. When it's so fast, you actually have to go half of a nanosecond. Or is it half a millisecond? No, it's nanoseconds on RAM, isn't it? It's not milliseconds. Wow, that is a lot of RAM. Okay. Let's just zoom out a little while we do this. Let's see. So, DDR4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modules of DDR4. That's a great deal. One of them potentially 8 gigs. The other 5, 4 gig, I think. One of them, actually, do you get 2 gig DDR4 modules? I'm going to have to Google the part number of the chips to see what the capacity of this thing is, because I have nothing I can plug this into. 2 sticks of DDR3 Mac RAM. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 sticks of DDR3, ranging from 1 gig, 2 gig, 4 gig, and 8 gig. So, yeah, if I need DDR3 in the future, I won't be needing to buy any. I have it. I have all the DDR3 I'm going to need for quite some time, and definitely more DDR2 than I'm going to need in a while. For some reason, I left a RAM module over here, so that's 22. And that's 22 sticks of DDR3, sorry. There was another 2 gig kit that I just left here for some reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 modules of DDR2, ranging from 512 meg to 2 gig. I don't think I had any 4 gig. Now, 4 gig DDR2, that's ECC. You don't get that with regular modules. So yeah, ranging from 1 gig to 2 gig with 1 512 meg. Yeah, I think only one of these is 512 meg. Potentially. Yeah, only one of those is 512 meg. Still, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 modules of DDR1. That is a lot of RAM for $24.99. I'm just going to quickly check that's what I paid, because that seems like a really good deal. Oh, I'm not signed into eBay? Really? God damn you. Why am I not signed into eBay? Can I just check what my auction win history is? Right. I bid £18 plus postage. $23.97 is what I paid for all of this. $23.97 for all of that. That is a great deal. This is why you should pay attention to eBay auctions, especially anything listed as untested job lot. It was listed as 40 sticks. Yeah, that's more than 40 sticks. We have 6 and 24, 23, 22. Oh, damn it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. It was listed as 40 sticks. I do not remember there being this much DDR3 or DDR4 in the pictures. In fact, I can have a look at those pictures quickly off camera. Right, he took pictures. He grouped the pictures. Where's the picture with the DDR4? Yeah, there were only 3 modules of DDR4 in the pictures. And the DDR3 and the DDR2 pictures overlap. I can't really tell from looking at this. I think I've been given more RAM than I actually paid for, which I'm not going to complain about. This thing's going to keep me stocked for quite some time. But now I need somewhere to put it all. Because, actually I can show you what my problem is. This thing that I 3D printed ages ago is where I've been keeping all of my desktop RAM modules. It has all of my DDR1, DDR2 and DDR3. Why can't I get you to line up again? Come on. I'm not supposed to pick this damn thing up. It's not the best model, okay? I found it on Thingiverse. I did not design this. I am not responsible for the tolerances being so loose. But yeah. This is where I keep the majority of my desktop DDR. I have a few modules that don't fit in here, namely the DDR4 modules that I have on hand. And my storage solution for DDR SODIMM is my storage solution for my SODIMM modules is just I keep them in a pile on a shelf. They're not even arranged or anything. And there's anything from 2 gigs DDR3 to, I think there's a 4 gig module in here somewhere. And then I've got DDR2. I don't think I actually have that much DDR3 now. No, I am running low on DDR3. But it's just DDR2 and DDR3. I needed DDR4 just because even though it's not that often I come across a DDR4 laptop that needs upgrading or working on, it happens. And every time it happens I have to order a module, which means the client has to wait and I have to increase the charge because I have to account for the postage cost. So having DDR4 on hand is actually going to save me and my clients money in the long run, which is good. But now that I have all of this SODIMM, I need somewhere to put it. And as much as I would like to go download a file and print something, I don't have any filament right now. I mean, I have filament. I have an entire bag of waste that I've just been accruing for a year. Weighs about 4 kilos now. I have a lot of wasted prints. But I don't have any way of recycling that at the moment. So that's that. That's a 27-minute video for 50 RAM sticks being unboxed. unexpected. But stay tuned for a future video because I, as I said, have a client laptop that needs working on. The SSD and the charger port have arrived. I'm just waiting on the battery, which will probably be arriving tomorrow. So I could get on and install Windows 11 on it tonight, I guess, but I have games to play. I have a lot of games to play. Sorry, I happen to get my... I get paid monthly. I happen to get paid the day that the Steam summer sale was ending. So I just quickly bought everything before I ran out of time. So now I have a load of games that I need to get on and play. Otherwise they're going to end up in my backlog. And anyone who has games on Steam knows that their backlog is never going to get completed. That is the point of Steam. Things go on sale for so cheap, or you get them through Humble Bundle or whatever, and then you never play them. I have games that I bought in 2014 when I made my Steam account that I have never opened. I might not have ever even downloaded them. But they're in there. Regardless, if anyone in the south of England, in the approximate Hastings area, has a laptop that happens to need working on, I have stock. I also have a lot of free time, so if you're in the Hastings area, or if you can get to the Hastings area of England, and you have a device that needs working on, doesn't have to be a laptop, but please no phones or tablets. I don't work on phones or tablets because they're a pain in the ass. Even software-wise, I hate Android, okay? If you have a computer of some description that needs something doing to it, SSD upgrade, repair, debloat, RAM upgrade, hit me up, because this is more RAM than I honestly know what to do with, especially the DDR2 and the DDR1. The majority of laptops I work on are DDR3. So, DDR1 I don't think I'm ever going to need, to be honest, but it was included in the auction, so now I have it.